Oh my Lord. Okay, so today I'm going to get a start. We're going to get a start. This isn't really my project, this is more your project, hey Nicole?
Absolutely.
You've somewhat started it because you've been impatient waiting for me.
True.
This is our veggie garden, which we're very lucky. It was set up quite well when we got here. Lots of veggie beds, lots of weeds because it hasn't been used for a while. So got a bit of cleaning up to do today, and I'll give you a little tour of what Nicole has planted. I've got no idea, you're gonna have to walk me through it. What are you trying to achieve today?
I want to clear out the beds that are just full of grass.
All of them?
And yep, so we're just going to prepare them.
Can we
for
not
spring.
just do a couple?
No, there's only like 3 that need to be done, or 4.
Okay.
And then get rid of or spray the ground as well, because there's weed mat under there, but there's a lot of weeds.
Yeah, okay. So is this the only bed that you've done so far?
I know I've done 2 other beds.
But this is the main one?
This is the main one.
Okay.
So there's normal peas and snow peas.
So they are normal peas on the left?
Yep.
And what's in the middle? Or are they
rocket.
Rocket?
Rocket.
And then snow peas?
Yep. Rocket's also known as arugula.
Yeah,
In
it's
America.
getting tricky. It looks healthy. I don't know what it's meant to look like, but it looks like it's growing somewhat.
Yeah. They just got to grow up, but they're doing really well. They're healthy.
Do these need to be a bit tighter, this trellis? Is that what it is?
No, they're just going to hang on to it and climb up. So they kind of wrap their little tendrils around it and use it as support.
How long ago were these planted? Would you say a month?
A month ago, yeah.
Planted about a month ago.
You can see the snow peas are doing better than the normal peas.
Another kookaburra. It's laughing at your garden.
Yeah. If he eats it, I'll laugh at him.
I feel like I would prefer it if the garden beds were higher. You know, the higher ones?
Yeah.
I feel like you've really got to get down and...
You do, but they're not too bad. That one's taller than a lot of the other ones.
I feel like access here is a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
I do have plans to rebuild the fence for the garden bed and have a little garden shed there. I guess that's what you call it?
Potting shed.
A potting shed, yeah.
Or a greenhouse.
A greenhouse separate to that. I want to do a greenhouse as well. Yeah, so how long do you think before we're able to actually
I think it's
pick
12
these?
weeks.
12 months?
12 weeks.
Oh, God.
So we've got probably another 8 weeks to go.
And they all come in a pod?
Yeah, they all come in a pod.
And what, the normal peas you just squeeze out? I don't know, am I stupid? Normal peas, you have to squeeze them out of the pod?
Yeah.
You don't eat that pod, you only eat the snow peas?
Correct. So you can eat sugar snap peas and snow peas.
So that seems
shells.
like a lot of effort.
Not really.
Squeezing your own peas out of a pod.
All right, supermarket boy. No, it's fine.
Oh, like you can talk.
That's why I'm growing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my trellising could have been a lot better. Like,
What do you think? Oh, Maggles, what are you doing?
I think that, like, see where you're standing, see those snow peas there?
Yeah.
If you lift that one up that's long,
As
at the
in
end.
that?
yeah, see how they got to climb up something.
Yeah,
so
I can
feel
see
like,
them wrapping around.
Yeah, that's the little leaf. So, like, you've got to keep building them for them to climb up. So I feel like I could have done a better job of working out a system.
Is this twine made especially for this or not?
No, it's biodegradable and it's soft on them because they're a very soft plant. So that's why
is
I
it
used
made for this though? Is that what people...
It's garden twine, yes.
Garden twine, okay.
Yeah.
Do the other ones climb as well? They
Yeah,
obviously.
they climb.
Okay.
Just a bit slower growing.
How much water have you had to give these?
Well, it's been raining, so I've given them almost none. But you
Okay.
do need to keep the water up. So I need to water them today. They're looking a bit wilted.
I tell you what, they are slightly, aren't they? I
Yeah.
tell you what I have noticed though, it doesn't look like any bugs have attacked them or anything.
So very good point. In this bed, there's no bugs, but in the other bed to the left, there are slugs. So I was going to get some beer out of the fridge and put a little beer trap in there.
Okay. You want to clear that bed?
Yep. I do. Just all the grass and the self-sown tomatoes, they can all come out because it's the wrong time of year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're clearing that, we're clearing this.
Yes, all of that bed.
What are we going to put in there? Are we putting anything in there today? Or?
No, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn all the soil over and put some compost in and prepare it for spring planting.
Oh, that's a long time away.
No, in a week or so we'll start planting.
Well, that's not spring.
We're preparing it for spring.
Okay. Then this bed here, you want to clear all this lovely kikuyu. You don't want to maintain that?
No.
We could have a beautiful grass garden bed there.
Lovely.
Up to the dill. We're
Yes.
keeping the dill.
Yes.
What about all this little like clover stuff under there? We're going to clear that out?
Pull all that out, yep.
Okay.
All of that bed.
Oh man, you want to clear that too?
Yep.
Okay, lots of clearing to do, so I guess I should probably get into it. We should get into it. You going to help? I thought so. All right. Nicole was loving this wolf garden. What is it? I guess it's got a bit of a hole on it, a bit of a fork on it. Yeah, it's a multi-tool. You can put different heads in it, but yeah, no. It's now broken. If you've seen any of my Tim the Lawnmower Man overgrown lawn videos, this is the culprit of a lot of them. It's called kikuyu. Can be maintained really nicely, but you can see by the runners, they're really unattractive. Turned into like a spaghetti-like consistency along the ground and just not nice. Nowhere near naive enough to think that I will have won the battle with this kikuyu. There's no way I'm getting all these runners. Well, I mean, we're not planting anything for a bit, are we?
No, not in these beds.
So I guess we can watch it pop up and then try and control it that way. But alright, that's starting to look like a proper garden bed. As I said, I think we're going to have ongoing issues with the kikuyu, but we'll see how we go. I've got a special plan shortly for these sections here, so wait for that. Nicole's been working away hard here. Looks nice and tidy. Not as good as mine, I don't think, personally, but you know, I guess that's a subjective opinion. Alright, time to have a little rest. I've been carving out this little area for the last couple of days. You can see I've had a little burn here. I want to turn this into a nice little spot. We're going to put a little fire pit there. I've cleared, there was like probably 300 mil deep of bark there and around there, all the way down in between the rock and the trees there. I'm going to put some grasses like those ones there in between the trees there, and then going down between the rock and the trees. I think they'll grow pretty well and make it look nice as well, something like that. Yeah, I want to make this a nice little sitting coffee area, little warming fire pit here. I'm thinking like a brick one, a raised one, slightly raised anyway. That's my plan anyway, to transform this into something that you want to sit around. Hello chickens! Have we got any eggs? Maybe Nicole's checked already. We have 3 today. We've pretty consistently been getting 4. Who's been lazy today? Who's been lazy today? Alright, we're going to try something different. Plan is to mow over this mess here. Just get it down, get rid of the bulk of it. Oh, I hope that's not amongst it. Then we'll hit it with the line trim around the edges, and then we're going to spray the rest of it with an organic weed killer, which I've wanted to try for a while anyway, so probably a good place to test it. This could be a bad idea. I did grab one of the smaller lawnmowers that I have. That's actually somewhat more aggressive than I wanted it to be. The product I'm using relies on hitting the leaf, so I think, anyway. Either way, I think it'll be easy to get this stuff out. All right, we're going to be using a couple of things I haven't used before. We've got a spray here to try. This is the Squirt VX. It is a battery powered 12 volt. We do have power, don't we? Yes, we have 100% battery. Sprayer. Now it is on wheels, so you can drag it along as you go, wheel it along as you go. The hose winds up on the back here. 20 litre capacity. The thing I did like about it, or from the looks of it anyway, this is the first time using it, the pickup at the bottom sits in a little well, so I feel like sometimes with sprayers, those last couple of litres when it's sloshing around can be hard to pick up, but where the pickup sits in this, it's in a little well essentially, so that should make getting the last few litres of whatever you're spraying a little bit easier. This is a $525 sprayer. I did ask if you can use a boom on it. They actually have it as an accessory. It's $49, and a drift guard as well, which I think they are sending those out as well. But it seems pretty mobile. It's got a removable filter at the bottom here, so you can clean it, I assume. Comes with multiple nozzles, which you can swap. That's what we're going to use today to spray the Slasher. I have not used this before. It's an organic, with an asterisk, that's what it says on the bottle, weed killer, approved for use on organic farms and gardens. That sounds like a good thing, hey? Yep. Non-selective control of seedling and young broadleaf and grass weeds for suppression of established weeds and perennial species, and for control of moss and algae. Now it acts on the foliage, causing it to quickly dehydrate and brown. I think it says you can see results within an hour, so now bear in mind this is not going to be as cost effective as your Roundup or your Zero. They actually claim that themselves, but we're going to give it a crack. 70 ml per litre of water. We're not going to be spraying a ton. There is some, that's moss over there, isn't it? Yep. Might spray it onto the moss that we have here as well, just to see how that goes. 70 ml per litre. Might put this to the test. Put 3 litres in, 210 ml for 1 litre, and you use 70 ml per 1 litre of water. This was $36.50 from Bunnings. Let's give it a crack. Can I get you to turn that pump on in a minute? I'm going to put a litre and a half in first, then 210 ml of the Slasher, then another 1.5 litres. Water, please. Watch out, Mags. And if you can turn it off, please. Oh, that stops right away. Keep it going. Sorry. Whoa. You're thirsty, Maggles. Probably don't be drinking this. And on. Let's go. So I will say it wheels along pretty well. It wheels along pretty well. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. So we're just going to hit everything that's here with this Slasher, organic weed killer, see how it goes. Come back in an hour and see if there's any difference. Oh, a bit more pressure now. Once it's primed up, a lot more pressure. Now obviously we cleared the foliage on most of that kikuyu. for giggles, we might just do this really, really leafy established part here and see what happens. Anyway, we'll come back in an hour, see how it looks. All right, so we're an hour later. This wild kikuyu really doesn't look any different to me. I don't think I'm missing anything there. Still looks nice and lush and green. We will check back on it tomorrow. It's an hour after I did apply it. The cooch down here though definitely looks like it's browned off a bit. You can definitely see that there. I don't know, I mean, it's a little bit hard to tell. Does it look any different here? We'll check on this one tomorrow morning. Either way, we have a much nicer looking veggie patch now. Still got to clear that out obviously, and here, but we did clear those completely. That section there completely. Still got that little nightmare section over there. I will say I was able to extract just about every drop out of this thing. You don't really have those sloshing issues and the pickup not picking up the last bit of the juice. So that's definitely a positive. All right, so we are roughly 19 hours post spraying this with the slasher. This was the leafiest bit, obviously. Oh, hello, Maggles. I did come out a couple of hours ago and there wasn't a massive difference, but the last couple of hours, there has been a lot more wilting, looks a lot more dehydrated. The cooch has browned off some more. Various weeds around the place. The fireweed's very droopy that I sprayed. There are a couple of weeds where I sprayed half the weed and left the other half to show the difference. So there's definitely a difference there. I will do a follow-up. I'm not going to cut this. I'm going to leave it and see how much it browns off. In one of the next videos, I'll do a follow-up and show you what it looks like, how it's going, and maybe do some side-by-side comparisons with some other weed killers. The bit that I slashed looks a little bit browner as well. Again, we'll follow all this up, but it's good to try these things, especially in a scenario like here where it is a veggie garden. You can't just be spraying any sort of weed killer. Have you used slasher before? Let me know. Let me know any tips for it or any other weed killing advice. Now we have plenty more videos coming up on Turf and Tools, plenty more to do in here, plenty of projects around the property. So make sure you subscribe if you're into this sort of thing. We've also got a podcast too, if that's what you're into. I do it with a mate of mine, just talking about equipment and what's going on here. Give it a crack if that's your sort of thing. Till next time, see you later.